Honestly, I don't know that anything has had a greater impact on my life than Love Thy Neighborhood. I think so much about the way I live my life is a reflection of what I learned during my time in Louisville.
Yeah, day one we learned, or we were told, it is impossible to feel loved without feeling known. And we were basically asked to share our life stories with a bunch of strangers, the other people in the program. And I shared things in that time that I thought I was never going to share with anyone.
I feel like Love Thy Neighborhood taught me that I can't make it through life on my own. But you need the people who are there, the deeper connections, the deeper relationships of those who will come along, and when they see that you're not doing well, actually dig in to try to figure out what's wrong, what's going on, and how they can help.
I know the importance of being known by people and not being afraid to be known by people, because God knows me. And God's people desire to know me, and I desire to know God's people.
You grow up in the church and you hear all these things like about how people experience God and how these people in the Bible experience God, and it doesn't match my experience. And so yeah, I guess this year of LTN, it pushed me into a lot of really uncomfortable situations, a lot of really difficult situations. But in the end, these situations were also the ones where me and my teammates probably experienced God the most.
I definitely remember a defining moment where I was challenged by one of the individuals that I was serving. I had really kind of relegated him to that sphere of mission or work. He was essentially asking permission to be brought into this other part of my life that I really just kept separate. So I think Love Thy Neighborhood showed me how to love people in a more gospel-centered way.
LTN really taught me service. It was just great to see other individuals the same age as me with a heart of service, serving individuals that may be less fortunate than we're used to, and people that grew up differently than we have.
Man, looking back on that year, it was pretty amazing. That personal growth is something that doesn't go away. It keeps happening. I left LTN knowing how I relate is how I relate, to people and to God. But yeah, it's just I wouldn't be the person I am today had I not done this and done the hard stuff. Was it easy? No, it was hard. But it was so good and so rewarding now. I'm just looking back on that.
And so LTN was the environment and the community that really helped me to grow, and not just to grow as an adult, but to flourish as one, to learn about the passions that I have and to live it out in my everyday life.
Before I did LTN, I didn't have the kind of work experience that would get me a job in my field. And so I did the book editing tract with LTN, and I now work for a book publisher. So it's a pretty direct correlation, and I'm really grateful for that experience.
My time at LTN was a stepping stone for my development in my professional life. I firmly believe that every single person does kingdom work. You don't have to work at a nonprofit to do this. And the amazing thing is that God invites us into his story of justice for our broken society. He uses us to carry this out, and it's such a privilege.